What's up guys, Jenny from cardscheck.com, just making another video for hand history review. Just going to get right into it. Nine's here, under the gun, kind of loose-ish, kind of aggressive red, flats on the button. A C-bet here. I think this is the mistake in the hand, a mistake. Like, we need to be betting here bigger, like 110, 1 at least. Saying that, this guy flats, he's aggressive, which kind of tells me that his range is weak. I think he raises all sets, which kind of, there's only two real combinations of sets. He can float like Jack Queen. And I think he raises flush draws as well. So the turn flushes, the turn hits a flush, and I choose to bet with the intention of betting most rivers, non-spade rivers, just because his range is weak. Like, he then flats, which definitely really tells me that he does not have a flush. As I think an aggressive regular is going to raise. And so I fire again, with the intention of my hand being under the gun, and I can easily have a set here, or ace X of spades, or like, you know, I'm going to be betting here like 3 streets. I could have like aces or whatever. So yeah, that's the first line check against this guy with the. And he doesn't fold ever to c-bets, which was why it could be a kind of a misplayed hand. But I just went and fired 3 because I'm under the gun and rep a strong range. He reps kind of a weak range. A similar spot here. These stats are not the stats for the villain. Probably should just take them off. No, I don't want to do that. This is an anonymous table at Microgaming where you can't see any HUDs. So this is like, I'll show you like a combined thing of player 4, so to speak. So this is all the players that have played player 4. Anyway, so this is not. So we don't have any stats. We raise under the gun. He flats. I expect his range there to be sort of weak-ish pairs. This is a similar kind of line. Like, he check calls here, where I think he raises king queen. He can't have ace king, which he 3-bets. Queens are not really scared about. Ace queen is feasible. 30 check calls once, and a queen turns, which is fair. I choose to bet again. Expecting a lot of folds, and he calls again. Here here's the line. Do I just give up on my bluff? Like, although I think he raises ace queen on the turn, king queen on the flop. I think he could potentially. I just don't think he's got like. I think he either has like a slow played ace king, slow played ace queen, or ace queen, slow played ace queen, or slow played king queen, or just a load of like weak flush draws and small like 8s that he's just not gonna fold because of the queen pair, and it's less likely I now have a queen. So he checks, and I barrel again. Which I think I could go either way with on the brick river and the queen turn. I originally thought it was a snap fist pump 3-bet 3-barrel, but looking back, I think that he could potentially slow play a queen on that turn, and I'm not sure if checking back would be better. Just going to pause this while New set of hands. Raise aces. Get flattered by a fairly tight opponent. Again, c-bet, but I think again this is a too small c-bet. It should be 1 to 110 on this flop. He flats, sorry. Again, I think the turn c-bet is too small. That's pathetic. That's just a really bad size. And he raises. This is just a line check. His fold to c-bet is 60%. He's aggressive, but tight people are going to be aggressive because they're going to have hands more. So it's just a line check whether, like, what's the best line here. I think the best line is just folding. Although after our kind of retarded bet sizing. Next hand is queens. I've spoken to Big G and Neil Kaufman over this hand, which it's kind of, we toyed about it. He calls. This is just fine. And 7 hits. I think I like my turn bet sizing here. One, like, maybe a little bit bigger, a touch bigger, but I think that's a good bet size. Looking back now, after he calls, I don't think he ever has a 7 unless he has 7-6. I think he raises a 7 here, and his range is mostly weighted to flush draws, like 4-5, 5-8, maybe even retarded like 3-5, 8s, 9s, maybe 10s. I don't know. And a 6, like ace-6. Ace-6 through like 4-6, 5-6. And a river clubs, with that in mind, I think, and with his stats, 57-25, I think there is value here in a really thin value bet, just a half pot. I think that because of his passiveness that he'll still call the pocket pairs and the 6x versus that bet sizing. But it's kind of a similar spot that one of the guys, I think it was it Lucky Chippy, yeah, posted yesterday, where it's kind of thin. Like, I could. We talked about check calling, but I don't like check calling here. If the river was a brick, then maybe, but he's kind of passive, so I don't like check calling. Final hand is ace king. This is a really weird. A really weird spot. Like, as you can see, I folded, but this is. I just didn't know what to do here. 200 deep against a kind of passive fish. 3 betting. Like, I think he's not a factor in the hand, but the line here is: do I flat or do I cold 4-bet? And can we cold 4-bet fold? Or, like, I don't think he's ever going to be cold 4-bet 5 betting over a cold 4-bet as a bluff. Not as a bluff, but with weaker, we're going to be flipping at best. I don't want to flat and then play a pot out of position, potentially 3-way. The thing that really, not only we were 200 deep, but the fact that he 4x'd his 4x open, which is weird. I can certainly see him doing something like that. I've seen 50 that with like 8s through 10s, because he don't want to see a flop, basically, with an overcard on. So yeah, see what the best line is really on that part. Again, signing out. Journey. Post comments below and advice reference to hands, please. Cool. Peace.